Did you know that a single penny could change your life? In today's video, we're uncovering the top 3 most rare and valuable Lincoln Pennies, coins so extraordinary that they've sold for over $1 million. What if I told you that a simple 1981 Lincoln penny sitting in your pocket or coin jar could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Exploding head, that's right. This common coin holds secrets that could make it a star in the world of rare coin collecting. History and background. The 1981 Lincoln penny marked the final full year of the 95% copper composition before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the zinc core pennies introduced in 1982. This means 1981 pennies are heavier than today's pennies, weighing 3.11 grams. In 1981, Lincoln pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. While billions of these pennies were minted, rare errors and varieties have made specific coins from this year highly valuable to collectors. Valuable 1981 Lincoln penny errors and varieties. Keycap 1 1981 Double Die Obverse, DDO. This rare error features doubling on the obverse, front, of the coin, particularly in the date, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. Values for a 1981 DDO penny range from $100 to $2,000 plus, depending on the condition and strength of the doubling. Keycap 2 1981 S Type 1 and Type 2 proof varieties. The 1981 S proof penny has 2 variations: Type 1, a filled S mint mark; Type 2, a clear, sharp S mint mark, which is rarer and more valuable. Type 2 proof pennies can sell for $200 to $1,500 plus, depending on their condition and certification. Keycap 3 Off-Center Strikes. If your 1981 penny shows part of the design missing because of a misaligned strike, you could have an off-center error. These coins are worth $50 to $500 plus, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. Keycap 4 Clipped Planchets. A clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing, can sell for $50 to $300 plus, depending on the size and clarity of the clip. Keycap 5 Broad Strike Errors. Broad-struck pennies, which have a flattened or enlarged appearance due to striking without a collar, can sell for $100 to $1,000 plus, depending on their condition. Keycap 6 Proof Errors, 1981 S. Errors on proof coins, such as doubling, die cracks, or other striking mistakes, are rare and can command $500 to $3,000 plus, depending on the error's visibility in rarity. How to identify a rare 1981 Lincoln penny. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to examine the obverse for doubling on the date, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. Inspect the mint mark. If you have a proof penny with an S mint mark, check if it's a Type 1, filled S, or the more valuable Type 2, clear S. Check for errors. Examine your coin for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual shapes that could indicate a mint error. Weigh your coin. A standard 1981 copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. If it weighs significantly more or less, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet. What if I told you that one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered could be hiding in your pocket change? Exploding head, that's right. The 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the most sought-after modern U.S. coins, with values reaching tens of thousands of dollars. Money bag. This penny has a fascinating story filled with mystery, rarity, and errors that have driven collectors wild. Stay tuned until the very end of this video as we reveal why this coin is so rare, how to identify it, and how much it could be worth, because you don't want to miss this $25,000 plus discovery. History and background. The 1982 Lincoln penny was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. Due to rising copper prices, the Mint decided to switch from the traditional 95% copper composition to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change meant that pennies made in 1982 could be found in 2 different compositions: copper, weighing 3.11 grams, zinc, weighing 2.5 grams. Adding to the complexity, the Mint also produced 2 distinct date styles for the 1982 penny: large date, small date. Most 1982 pennies were struck correctly on zinc planchets, but one 1982 D small date was found struck on a copper planchet, a mistake that has made it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever discovered. Why is the 1982 D small date copper penny so rare? The 1982 D small date copper penny is rare because it should not exist. By the time the Denver Mint began striking pennies with the small date design, they were supposed to be using zinc planchets exclusively. However, a few leftover copper planchets from earlier production runs were mistakenly used to strike some 1982 D small date pennies. This error is incredibly rare, with only one verified example sold at auction, making this coin a true modern treasure. How to identify a 1982 D small date copper penny. To determine if you have a 1982 D small date copper penny, follow these steps. Keycap 1. Check the mint mark. Your coin must have a D mint mark below the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Keycap 2. Look at the date. A small date design is different from the large date in these ways. The 2 in 1982 has a straight base, not curved like the large date. The overall numbers are thinner and sit slightly higher than the large date design. Keycap 3. Weigh the coin. Use a digital scale to weigh your penny. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. If your 1982 D small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a rare copper penny. Keycap 4. Have it authenticated. If you believe you found a 1982 D small date copper penny, have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its rarity and value. Value of the 1982 D small date copper penny. The 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the rarest pennies ever. What if I told you that a humble 1983 Lincoln penny could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? Face screaming in fear. That's right. Your everyday penny might just be a collector's dream, thanks to rare errors and unique features that make certain 1983 pennies incredibly valuable. History and background. The 1983 Lincoln penny was minted during a time of transition. Just a year earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint had switched from using 95% copper to a zinc core with a copper plating to reduce production costs. This made 1983 pennies among the first full year of coins to use the new composition. Millions of pennies were struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. While most 1983 pennies are common, rare errors and transitional varieties have turned a few into coins worth serious money. Valuable 1983 Lincoln penny errors. Keycap 1. 1983 double die reverse, DDR. The 1983 DDR is one of the most famous error pennies in modern U.S. coinage. Look for doubling on the reverse side of the coin, particularly on 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. These coins can sell for $200 to $3,000 plus, depending on condition, with high-grade examples fetching even more. Keycap 2. 1983 copper transitional error. A small number of 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover copper planchets from before the 1982 transition. These coins weigh 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams. This error is extremely rare and highly sought after, with verified examples selling for $10,000 to $20,000 plus at auction. Keycap 3. Off-center strikes. If your 1983 penny shows part of the design missing because of a misaligned strike, you could have an off-center error. These coins are worth $50 to $500 plus, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Keycap 4. Clipped planchets. A clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing, can sell for $50 to $300 plus, depending on the size and clarity of the clip. Keycap 5. Broad strike errors. Broad-struck pennies, which have a flattened or enlarged appearance due to striking without a collar, can sell for $100 to $1,000 plus, depending on their condition. How to identify a rare 1983 penny. Check the weight. Use a digital scale to weigh your 1983 penny. A standard zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, while a copper transitional error weighs 3.11 grams. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to examine the reverse for doubling on 1 cent, United States of America, or E pluribus unum. Inspect for errors. Look for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual shapes that could indicate a mint error. Proof coins. If you have a 1983 S proof penny, check for any striking errors or imperfections that could increase its value.